Всем привет! Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Меня зовут Anastasia, my name is Anastasia, and this is another episode of Super Easy Russian Stories. So here we read a short story and we focus on the vocabulary and we also check the grammar, so we see what case it is after each verb, and we also look at the conjugation of the verb. So every verb we see in the story, I tell you the conjugations. So I hope that's useful. Today's story is новый друг, a new friend. Новый друг. The word друг is masculine. That's why the adjective новый is also masculine, yeah? So if you don't know, the adjectives are gender sensitive in Russian. So every adjective we have in Russian, it will be masculine or feminine or neuter or plural. So here it's masculine. Маша гуляет в парке. Masha, that's the name of the girl. The small name and the big one will be Maria. You probably know this name. Маша гуляет в парке. Гулять. The verb гулять is like to go for a walk, just to walk somewhere in the park when you don't have any special destination. So the verb is very regular. The infinitive is гулять. Я гуляю, ты гуляешь, он гуляет, мы. How about you write the form of мы in the comments? Вы гуляете, они гуляют. And so when you walk somewhere, you walk in the place. So you need the prepositional after that. So park is the park, and she walks in the park. В парке. That's prepositional case. Она видит маленькую собаку. Она видит. Видеть, infinitive, to see. When I can see something, видеть. And so the forms are a little bit irregular because the in infinitive will have ж in я form. Я вижу. Я вижу. Ты видишь, он видит, мы видим, вы. Please write in the comments what's the form for вы. Они видят. So to see, видеть. Маленькую собаку. That's the accusative case. Собака is a dog. Маленькая собака, a small dog, a little dog. And here we have the accusative case. Don't worry, the adjectives in the cases, it's a little bit too early. But that's the accusative of a feminine noun. Собака, маленькую собаку. Собака подходит к Маше и виляет хвостом. Собака подходит. Подходить, that's the verb of motion, and also it has the prefix pod. Подходить, to approach. When we approach somebody, we use the dative case and preposition к Маше, like towards Маша. Подходить, infinitive. Я подхожу. Again, the becomes же in я form. Я подхожу. Ты подходишь. Он подходит. Мы подходим. Вы подходите. What about они? Они. Please write in the comments. The verb подходить, to approach, and to approach only when you are walking, like, or when you are basically on foot. You can't approach by a bike or by car. That's another verb. И виляет хвостом. Вилять, what's that verb? You know, when the dog is happy, it will move the tail. Oh my god, I don't know the verb вилять in English. Like this movement you do with the tail. Not you, but the dog does, yeah, when the dog is happy. Вилять. That's a very regular verb, just like гулять in the first sentence. Вилять, that's infinitive. You probably don't need it for я, yeah, but anyway, я виляю, ты виляешь, он виляет, yeah, we need that for the dog. Мы виляем, вы виляете, они. And also write the verb form for они in the comments. That's very regular. After that, you have the verb хвост, that's a tail, and хвостом, that's instrumental case. When you do this movement with the tail, we use instrumental case. Маша улыбается. Улыбается. To smile, улыбаться. This infinitive, улыбаться, you have ся. They are so-called reflexive verbs, but I don't like this term. I just like to call them the verbs with ся, because they have many different meanings, not only reflexive meanings. So, to smile, улыбаться. What are the conjugations? Я улыбаюсь. Ты улыбаешься. Он улыбается. Мы улыбаемся. Вы улыбаетесь. Они улыбаются. I don't want to ask you and write the conjugation in the comments, because this one is a little bit difficult. You have ся, and it's a little bit different. You see the conjugation endings and ся at the end. Она говорит: «Привет, маленький друг». Она говорит, you know this verb говорить from the previous episode, to say something. Она говорит, she says. So that's not a new verb, I will not write the conjugations. Привет, маленький друг. Hello, little friend. Привет is a very informal way of a greeting, as you know. You can say it to friends, to your family. You don't say this in formal situations. You say здравствуйте. But here, of course, it's informal. She speaks to the dog. Привет, маленький друг. Just as in the title, маленький is the adjective, and it's also masculine. Yeah, hello, little friend. Маленький друг. Why it's masculine? Because друг is masculine, friend. Привет, маленький друг. Собака лает. Гав, гав. You can probably guess what's the verb лаять. Лаять, yeah, to bark. And гав, гав, that's how we hear in Russian the dogs barking. Light. Again, we don't need this for я, probably, but still, I'll give you the full list of conjugations. Я лаю, ты лаешь. Он лает. Мы лаем, вы лаете, они, let's say the dogs bark, они, and write this in the comments. It's also quite a regular verb. Write the conjugation for они. Маша смеется. Теперь у нее есть новый друг. Маша смеется. So we had the verb улыбаться, and now we have another verb with ся at the end. To laugh. Ха-ха-ха. Смеяться. Infinitive. Смеяться. Я смеюсь. Ты смеешься. Он смеется. Мы смеемся. Вы смеетесь. Они смеются. Почему ты смеешься? Why are you laughing? So, the verb смеяться. Маша смеется. She is laughing. Теперь у нее есть новый друг. Do you know the meaning of теперь? It's the synonym to сейчас. But how is it different from сейчас? Before I explain, pause the video and write the answer if you know. Теперь у нее есть новый друг. Now she has a new friend. This теперь is different from сейчас because it shows the change from something what she didn't have, now she has. Or from something, for example, I had and now I don't have. Теперь. I don't think that the English has the equivalent. The Turkish language has the equivalent. The word is artık. Теперь у нее есть новый друг. So, у нее есть, she has. She has a new friend now. Like from now on, now something is different in her life. What is different? She has a new friend. I hope it was useful. Please don't forget to write all the conjugations of the verbs which I asked you to write. And спасибо за ваши лайки. Thank you for your likes. And see you in the next videos. Пока-пока.